£150 more expensive by 2030. Thames Water has been explaining itself to people in West Berkshire. Here's their reaction.
I was quite impressed with the amount of work that Thames Water is actually doing to address the problems that local people report. I still don't think there's enough money going into it.
They're blaming everybody. They're blaming the customers. They're blaming the groundwater. They're blaming the old infrastructure they've inherited. You know, they've had this stuff for a long time.
It does feel like Thames Water are just chasing their tail. They're talking about the investment and the amount of money they're spending. But there's no future planning. There's no automation. It's all manual. It's sending teams out to investigate. And really, it felt like they're chasing their tail the whole time.
Let's talk to Cllr Culver, who's a Green councillor in West Berkshire, who organised this public meeting. Hi, Cllr.
Hello, Andrew. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm just guessing here. I don't think you will have been impressed by what they had to say, but you tell me if I'm wrong.
I think it was a very robust meeting. We had lots of councillors there who asked questions. We also had members of the public for the first time, which we didn't have before I was chairman. So we had 7 different stakeholder organisations, including River Action and Action for the River Kennet, and it gave those experts from the public the opportunity to ask Thames Water and Environment Agency lots of questions.
What did you learn about why they want to put bills up by a significant amount in the coming years?
Well, you'd have to ask them to explain themselves, Andrew, to be quite honest. But they were talking about the fact that they need to fix leaks in the pipework. They need to invest in larger sewage works facilities, larger storm tanks and so on. And they went into quite a lot of technical detail about all of those different options.
OK, and people in West Berkshire, in some of the villages that can flood, places like Bucklebury and Chapel Row, are they worried about flooding? Are they worried about the water situation?
I represent a ward where there's been lots of flooding, so Hampstead, Norreys, Compton, East Ilsley, etc. And there are works that are going on in this area. We had Thames Water out in East Ilsley only this week, but we are really worried. Back in 2007 and 2014, we had heavy flooding, and on an ongoing basis in Compton, for example, sewage has often gone back up into people's houses as a result of the lack of infrastructure.
Thank you very much, Cllr. Thames Water didn't want to come on the show this morning. They did say they're taking action to improve the health of rivers. They've planned substantial investment in local sewage treatment works to reduce the need for untreated discharges across the Thames Valley, including in places like East Shefford, Pangbourne, Bucklebury, Chapel Row and Hampstead Norreys. And they've recently completed a £5 million upgrade in Hungerford. This year they published an online map to provide close to real-time information about storm discharges from all 468 permitted locations, and that continues to be updated. Addressing discharges will take time and sustained investment, say Thames Water. 7:31. Let's see what the weather has in store. B. Tucker.